I told y'all who was taking over natural bodybuilding, and they did it. I'm telling you, and I did tell you back 8-9 months ago. I did a video. I'll put the link down below. You can watch the video that I shot back 8-9 months ago and released, telling y'all who was going to take over natural bodybuilding and why. Okay? All right, well, welcome to Mr. America Hart. My name is John Hart, and I'm a former WNBF natural pro bodybuilder. Okay, it's the World Natural Bodybuilding Federation. I've won my titles in natural bodybuilding from Mr. America to the Natural Miss Universe. And I saw it, and what am I talking about? Well, last year in 2024, I saw the NPC was putting out, and the IFBB was putting out local shows in the United States, well, regional shows, the Midwest Naturals, the West Coast Naturals, East Coast Naturals, like this. And don't you know, since that time, you may have noticed in your natural bodybuilding and fitness feed, especially on Instagram, there is a major amount of results from contests, natural bodybuilding and fitness contests. That's not just the bodybuilding, but the classic bodybuilding. So you have divisions of bodybuilding, classic bodybuilding divisions. You have women's physique, women's figure. You have women's bikini. You have men's fitness with the board shorts. All of this, all categories in natural bodybuilding and fitness are now, worldwide. All over the world. Globally, you're seeing a huge push going on right now in the NPC/IFBB. So it's no longer just the National Physique Committee. Okay? They're doing international shows with the headline or the organization NPC. So great marketing. They're doing it worldwide. Great marketing as far as putting it out on social media ahead of time, both ahead of time, announcing the shows, but then also the results of the shows. They're posted immediately. They have great pictures they put up. And this was one of the biggest problems that I saw with natural bodybuilding. Natural bodybuilding prior to the NPC and IFBB taking it over, which is what they're doing. Prior to that, natural bodybuilding, everyone from the WNBF on down. I don't even need to name the other organizations because you wouldn't recognize them, pretty much. The WNBF was the premier, truly drug-tested natural bodybuilding organization. Now, is the NPC and IFBB going to truly drug test? I don't know. Their winners look pretty good. I'd love to see a crossover or two, jump into the WNBF World Championships, just to kind of prove that, they're 100% natural. That would be nice. But I'm not even going to speculate because the NPC and IFBB new pros, and you got it, they've created that IFBB Pro category now for naturals. That's it, IFBB Natural Pros. And just wait till you see them on the Olympia stage. That's it, right there. Wait till you see it. Now, the interesting thing is going to be how they manage that title and how they're going to buy that title, because we have a natural Mr. Olympia. We have a natural Miss Olympia. We have natural Olympia title already exists. Denny Kaikos has owned that title for about 30 years, 40 years, going all the way back into the early 90s. So Denny Kaikos has owned it, and he's the head of one of the natural organizations. I can't even give you the initials of it because I don't know. That shows you. Okay, I'm a natural pro. I can't even remember the initials of his organization. That's how much social media exposure he gives his athletes. There you go. And I'm going to tell you right now. By the way, as I'm doing this, I'm flashing pictures across the screen of all recent NPC IFBB Natural Pro winners. You're going to see this a lot. This was easy, finding these pictures. All I did was a simple search on Instagram, and blam, they were all over the place. So I'm just showing you all how many winners there were this summer. This is just this summer, since the end of May. We have June and July, 2 months. These are all worldwide, global winners of their IFBB Pro Card from local, not local, but worldwide, NPC/IFBB. And you'll see it in the background. That's the one common theme you're going to notice. In the background of all of the pictures I'm showing you, you will see the word natural, you will see the word IFBB or the word NPC in the background. That's it. And yeah, that's the death toll, the bell ringing. That's the fat lady singing on former natural bodybuilding. Okay, it's the end for many natural organizations. They're gone. And why is that? Well, in natural bodybuilding prior to this year, I always made the point. And by the way, I know what I'm talking about here. I was a promoter along with my family, my wife, my family. We promoted in the WNBF. We had the WNBF LA in Los Angeles. And we did that for 4 years straight between 2015 to 2019. So we promoted shows for them. And my biggest complaint about the organization was not drug testing, not integrity, none of that, but absolute terrible, horrible social media engagement. The worst to this day. Still terrible. And it doesn't take a ton of money to do that. You know, it takes somebody who's really kind of quick about it. Someone who knows what they're doing with social media, which they don't have. My own show with my wife had more social media engagement than their Instagram page, their Facebook page, mine, than the organization itself, if that tells you anything. So we had more than they did. And right out the gate, you know, I had great sponsors who did pay a decent amount of money because I expected it, and that's what I asked for. And therein lies the big, big issue, is money, dollars. That's the reason why the NPC IFBB is going after all these athletes, because it means not just entries into their contests, not just that, it means ticket sales. Each entry turns into an average of 3 ticket sales to any NPC IFBB, any bodybuilding show, natural or otherwise. Every entry turns into about 3 ticket sales because you have family and friends that want to come and visit and watch you on stage. That's it. The social media engagement means money also, because the more subscribers you have to your channel, the more followers you have to your Instagram page, all of that, you can take that to sponsors and show them how much exposure and engagement they're going to get from your followers. That's why sponsors pay to sponsor shows. The NPC and the IFBB has done a wonderful job of that ever since, and I saw it in 2016. In 2016 on the West Coast in Los Angeles, we had, just as an example, Lonnie Teper's West Coast Championships. His show would average about 150 athletes a year. That's bodybuilding as well as bikini, all of them, men, women. And when he was a friend of mine, and when he noticed that I was starting to promote in the natural bodybuilding right in his neighborhood on the same weekend as his show, or the weekend before or after, whichever it was, he was kind of worried because he knew I was going to promote the heck out of it. And what happened? Well, that year he teamed up with some partner, and they blew it out of the water. I mean, suddenly they went from 150 athletes to 350. Year 1 with his partnership, 350. That's not just entry fees. Do the math on that. It's amazing. Do the math, how much money they're making. 350 entries. Average times that by 3, about 1,000 ticket sales. You know, ticket sales could be $25. That's $25,000 in ticket sales. Entries to a contest could be $100. So 350 athletes is $35,000 in ticket sales, in entries alone. That's not counting your sponsor dollars. By my count right there, you got about 50 grand. And now you add in sponsor dollars, which they have as well. And it just increases over the years. Now an average NPC show, this is non-tested by the way. An average one can have anywhere from 500 to 750 athletes, men and women. Do the math on that. It's a huge amount of money. And they're not satisfied with that. They have been eyeballing the natural bodybuilding scene for a long time. Why? Because they can see how many people want to compete and be natural. So now they've provided the avenue for those athletes who want an IFBB Pro card attached to their name, but they can remain natural by competing in their IFBB Natural Pro division. There you go. So, I told y'all, man, you would think that in natural bodybuilding they would have seen this coming, but oh well. So, going forward, what can we expect to see? I would expect that we are about to see, as I said, I mentioned, a ton of former natural organizations, small ones, small-time ones, just dropping by the wayside. All these little initials, you know, NGA, OCB, that you don't even recognize, okay? They're all going to go by the wayside. ABA, they're gone, okay? And you may, in fact, see just one or two remaining, and I'll give you my best guess on that one at this point, okay? Educated guess. It'll land with just the WNBF and then the Denny Kaikos' organization, INBA, PNBA, the Pro Division, okay? PNBA, Denny Kaikos' organization, and the WNBF will be the last two standing. And I will go with Denny Kaikos will sell the Natural Olympia title to the NPC IFBB and become part of the organization, okay? Which will effectively wipe out the WNBF in the end. So that's my prediction, because there's a refusal to make major changes on the WNBF side. So there it is. While I really like those guys, Bob Bell, Tina Smith, I don't want to not mention them, but Bob Bell, Tina Smith running the organization, WNBF, highest integrity, great people. They love their athletes. They love natural bodybuilding. They want to promote natural bodybuilding. I have only the best things to say about them. I'm not sure it would be, you know, thrown back at me the same way, but I do know, having worked with them as a promoter, having been an athlete in the organization, I do know their integrity. I do know their drug testing. The drug testing protocols are real. As a promoter, we did in-season and out-of-season testing, and it was real. So that's it right now. That's the best I can say right now. But ultimately, I don't think they're going to be around because of the business decisions that are going to go on with the IFBB NPC. They're going to want that Natural Olympia title. They're going to want to buy that from Denny eventually. And he's going to end up working a deal, I'm sure. So that's it. I would be lying if I said I'm not a little bit saddened by this, because, you know, money machine coming on in and taking over natural bodybuilding as such. And I'm not sure about the integrity that goes with that. So let me put this out lastly. If Bob Bell or Tina Smith watches this video, I would highly recommend that you go to the NPC IFBB first. There we go. Work the deal, man. Work the deal. That's it. You know, it takes yeah, that's it. All right, listen, before I go, off to my left, you're going to see that disc pop up. That is the subscribe button for my channel. Please give that thing a tap. And then down below and off to your left, you're going to see the thumbs up button. Please let the YouTube algorithm know how much you're liking my videos. It lights up the algorithm. It lights me up too. From my heart to you, John Hart, I will see you soon.